What is going on? All right, let's go live. We're live on all platforms. It's been about a week. So what's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about, let's fix this for a second. Sorry, guys. Let's bring this up just a little bit. We're live on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram until I get access to a few others. So today I want to talk to you about something that is going to really change the game for you. It's really about if you learn this one skill set, you will thrive in business and in life and in your relationships. And this one skill set is the ability to think for yourself. I promise you, if you learn this skill set, you will go very, very far. You will have a very fulfilled life. You will be super happy. Maybe not necessarily in the beginning when you start to think for yourself, but there is a sequence behind it. And this got brought up because I've been working with clients all week and then also just doing the work and seeing how people have been, their behaviors. There's a lot going on in the world, and we can all agree that everybody is feeling it. It doesn't matter how much deep work you've done or what type of tools you're doing or how healthy you are. When you do the work, it doesn't mean that you don't feel things inside of your heart cellularly. We are all connected through water. We are all mostly 70 give or take water. So when things happen as a collective, we feel things. Now, how you process your negative thoughts and emotions and how you deal with certain things and the conversations that you're having, now that is your personal responsibility. So today I'm going to bring this up, and I want to bring a really strong sense of awareness on like a step of how to do that. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling like out of whack, I get it. Listen, I specialize in working with elite entrepreneurs, leaders that are striving to excel excellence and change the game, change the business world, change lives, do all this stuff. They just want to live life in their full potential. And when I was having a coaching call the other day with somebody, and we were talking about like teaching the lesson of 9 steps to process negative thoughts and emotions, and just like the sequence of how to do that. A lot of people talk about it. They talk about emotional management. They talk about emotional intelligence. They talk about emotional availability. But like, how do you do that? And there is a sequence. If you come across anybody that has the tools or the resources, there is a specific system in place. Now, the sequence of this system might differ depending on the person and what makes sense right now for you. Because I always say, like, just do what seems right for right now. And you have the playbook, you have the toolbox. And when you're feeling these emotions, I get that if you have a 9 to 5 or you have a set schedule of your work hours, and you can't just take a time out. You can't just stop what you're doing and be like, oh, I have to go work out, or I need to go to yoga. I can't deal with this right now. Like high achievers, we don't operate like that. We have to be able to compartmentalize our personal life within the business life. And at the same time, here's where this comes in place, at the same time, to not intertwine your emotions within the business. And what sometimes happens is when there's a lot of things stirring up, or maybe you haven't taken a moment to really develop a solid self-care routine where you know how to successfully sprint in a healthy way, then maybe you're going to be feeling burnt out, or you're going to have foggy mindedness, or you're not going to be able to execute in the way that you know you're capable of executing on. Can we all agree on that? We all have had moments. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, before there's a skill set and how much you're learning in your crafting, mastering your craft, you're a human being. We all have 22 emotions. We all have feelings. Whether you decide to process them or numb them, that's on you. But I will say you will become a greater asset to the people around you and to your environments when you learn how to, in a healthy way, process your negative thoughts and emotions so they don't project into your business, into your relationships, and ultimately, your bank accounts. Because at the end of the day, we are all human beings. Transactions happen through people. We have to remember, through people, transactions and money happens through people, right? So people, places, and things. And when you start to see that no matter what you're trying to do, the negative thought, the negative energy, the frustration, the discouragement, the disappointment, whatever it is that you might be feeling, maybe a fogginess in your brain, just stop what you're doing because you're just like wasting valuable time and energy. And you're no good to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. You're no good to any conversation or person. And this is when you do need to pull back. This is a time, kind of use it as that yellow lighting. I'm yellow lighting. Let me pull back and not project, because no matter all the tools that I'm pulling is not going to allow me to execute in a very efficient way. The goal is efficiency. The goal is productivity. And the goal is very high standards and expectations, because I know that you all, if you're following my page, are striving to be the best of the best of the best within yourself and within your life. And to remember that your life is just a mere extension of you. So I was on Google this morning and I'm like, let me see what AI and Google are telling us to do in moments when we're feeling frustrated, discouraged, overwhelmed, exhausted. And it's interesting because, we seek out help, or you seek out help from the wrong resources. And it says, this is what Google says, or Merlin: it's common to feel irritable from time to time. If you're feeling unusually irritable or irritable all the time, on the edge, it's important that you talk to your doctor, as it could be a symptom of mental health conditions like depression or anxiety or bipolar disorder. It's like, why is there not anything inside of here that actually gives you a strategy of telling you to go meditate? Or if you're too irritable and you haven't developed this solid practice of meditation, why doesn't the internet, our resource, or who are your resources? This is so, so important. This comes back to the number one skill set you can ever develop in order to thrive in your business, your life, and your relationships, is the ability to think for yourself. What's up, Prince? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. The ability to think for yourself and be like, wait a minute. So because I'm feeling irritable, and maybe I'm not taking care of myself, or I'm trying to push forward when I have nothing to push for because I haven't processed what's going on, this is telling me that I am then diagnosed as depression or anxious, or I have a physical condition. But this goes back to coming back to the foundation in your check mark. Your check marks are, how's my sleep? How is my eating? How am I working out? Am I exercising? Like, these go back to going back to the 4 pillars of human performance: sleep, exercise, meditation, and your nutrition. Right? So we have to remember, like, number one, to understand what is foundation, what is the human foundation, how do I get my foundation solid AF, instead of reverting down to, like, who is my resource, and let me think for myself so that I can scale in all areas of my business, my life, and my relationships. Now, let me come back to this here. And yeah, so taking a healthy breathing break when you're feeling like you're not clear, taking a healthy time out. And even if you are like in a workspace, in a work setting, and it is a high pressure, because you guys are like the elite of the elite, because I do company team trainings. I also work with CEOs and executives. So I work with people that are high performers, high achievers. And what typically happens is learning how to regulate your nervous system, and knowing how to do that is also going to get you at very high spaces. So in here, I was talk a few tips to give you: breathing, giving yourself a healthy timeout, like a little intermission break. Remove yourself, go to the car, go to the bathroom. Nobody's going to question you if you go to the bathroom. Put your hand on your heart, and you can just do what I'll just show you right now. 5 breathing exercises. The breath always allows you to regulate the nervous system. Our hands are an extension of our heart. So when we connect to our heart, we're able to instantaneously calm down our nervous system, letting our body know that it's safe and that we're okay. And so I'm going to show you right now. So just take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in Exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And one more. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Didn't that feel good? Didn't that feel good? So it's something as simple as that. And if you feel weird doing it in front of other people, then, don't do it in front of other people and just remove yourself. Find your, I call them find your staple places. If you do have to work around other people, I always say the car, I guide my clients to go to the car. Go, if you have a lot of kids and you are doing that from your kids, go into the closet, and go into, if you don't want to leave the house, or then also just go into the bathroom for a moment and just connect with yourself, breathe, process what you're feeling, and ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling? What is this emotion? What is getting brought up to the surface? Because when you can give it a name, you're able to, in an aspect, reclaim your personal power. But this could literally be an entirely different live stream. If you want a live stream on this, just in the chat box below, you guys just say yes, I want a live stream on how to process my negative thoughts and emotions, and we'll work on that. But I want to keep focused on today as far as the ability to think for yourself, and instead of shutting yourself up and shutting it down and popping pills and numbing yourself. And I want to start speaking. I am speaking about this more publicly because I am honored where I get to work with a lot of people and teaching them how to swap out things. And in the beginning, it feels like your whole world is a little shook because you're all these things get brought to the surface when you stop numbing yourself and you start dealing with the things you need to deal with. But I promise you, it's going to change your life, where you just start thinking for yourself. When you Google something, if something doesn't feel right, or you're there's got to be a different solution, there typically is. So start to protect yourself. Start to really honor yourself instead of constantly bullying yourself. If you're talking about detoxing, everybody talks about detox in the aspect of food, but detox comes from the space of the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we process things, the conversations that we have, the boundaries that we set, the boundaries that we don't set. And so all of these come into place in that any single day you have the ability to change your mind and think about, well, what can I do with today? And that is one aspect of really reclaiming your personal power and building your mental strength. And just start questioning things, you guys. Start taking ownership over how you want to feel, how you want to look, and how you want to show up in your business, your relationship, and in your life. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message. We do have, if you're wait, how do I do that? I love strategy. I love system. My brain is all about strategy and system. All of these things are actually available now. So I'm really excited. If you don't know how to think for yourself and you want to learn how to think for yourself to master this skill set, we've got really big specials for the whole month of November. On the Black Friday special is going to start now. So you can get the link inside of the bio. It's TanyaC.Oliver.com/get it done. And it teaches you to prevent you from getting to that space of how to build out a productivity schedule so that you are capable of consistently sprinting without compromising yourself, your family, or the things that you love most. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you found of value, drop the comment below and I will make sure that I reply to it. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a blessed up day and start thinking for yourself. I promise you your whole life will change, and we need more people thinking for themselves, but it is a process and it comes within time. And I am forever in your corner and you were built for this. So see you guys later. Bye.